In a nation shaped by protests, where the people's voice defines its destiny, the right to protest is more than a constitutional guarantee, it's the pulse of democracy. But today, how free are we to speak up in India? Article 19 of the Indian Constitution guarantees freedom of speech, expression, and peaceful assembly without arms. These rights form the basis of our right to protest, our power to dissent and challenge the state. While essential to democracy, they come with reasonable restrictions for our national security, public order, and morality. But are these restrictions truly reasonable? In recent years, peaceful protests, once the pride of Indian democracy, are increasingly met with force and repression. In 2020, Shaheen Bagh saw women peacefully protest the Citizenship Amendment Act for 100 days, only to be labelled a public order threat, with Section 144 invoked to ban large gatherings. The farmers' protest followed, where despite peaceful resistance, activists faced sedition charges and protesters were branded anti-national and met with violent crackdowns. This crackdown on dissent is a part of a broader trend where draconian laws like UAPA and the NSA are used to silence opposition. These laws allow for detention without trial, labeling individuals as terrorists or security threats. During the anti-CAA protests, hundreds were arrested under UAPA, many still awaiting justice. Governments used various methods to suppress dissent, from invoking UAPA and NSA to enforcing Section 144, which bans public gatherings of more than 5 people. Homes have been bulldozed and the internet shut down in many cases. Preventive detention is another tool used by the state, allowing authorities to hold individuals not for crimes they have committed but on suspicion that they might. Peaceful protesters labeled as troublemakers are often detained without evidence of posing a threat. In some cases, they are arrested before protests even begin, silencing dissent. This is not just a violation of constitutional rights, but a direct attack on democratic expression. In the battle between the state and citizens' right to peaceful protest, the courts play a key role. Historically, the Indian judiciary has defended this right. In landmark rulings, the Supreme Court has affirmed that peaceful protest is a part of democracy, emphasizing that dissent is its essence. Yet, despite these rulings, enforcement on the ground often tells a different story. What worsens the situation is the selective enforcement of laws. Some protests go unhindered, while others face harsh repression. In 2024, the Bombay High Court restricted an opposition protest, while days later, the Calcutta High Court allowed a BJP-led bandh. This selective use of law reveals a troubling trend: the weaponization of laws to suppress dissent, undermining democracy itself. Despite these challenges, the spirit of protest in India endures. From students fighting for education to farmers winning historical battles, citizens continue to demand their rights. But with growing legal and physical barriers, how long will the space for dissent survive? In a democracy, protest is more than a legal right, it's a moral duty. It's how citizens hold power accountable. As India moves forward, will we fight for this right? Stay informed, fight for your rights, learn more and support movements on our website today.